In 2016, Aston Villa, one of the few clubs to have been a constant in the Premier League since its inception, were relegated to the Championship. Under the tenure of owner Randy Lerner, financial mismanagement and poor decision-making led to this eventuality. In 2015, Villa recorded a total revenue of £116 million, the 10th highest in the league, less than Newcastle, Everton and West Ham, but ahead of teams like Southampton, Leicester and Swansea. This financial position only serves to make the club's relegation all the more frustrating. Their revenue breaks down into £14 million in matchday income, £28 million in commercial and £71 million in broadcasting. Out of context, these are healthy figures, with a 65% reliance on the league's inflated television deal, better than many other clubs, and the 7th best commercial income in the league. Yet much like Sunderland under Ellis Short, Aston Villa have suffered from a lack of organic growth in revenue throughout the last decade, relying heavily on their owner's investment. As a result of this, the club never made an annual profit during Lerner's tenure, with a loss of £28 million in 2015, contributing to total losses accumulated throughout the previous 9 years of £250 million. Lerner's inconsistent approach to financial management was one of the reasons for the club's struggles. This manifested in periods of great expenditure, followed by periods of frugal cost-cutting. In Lerner's final year as owner, the club spent £52 million on player transfers, bringing in Idrissa Gueye, Jordan Ayew, Rudy Gestede, Jordan Amavi and more. Their new haul helped them earn 17 points and relegation that season. £276 million was spent on player transfers during Lerner's ownership, with a net spend of £123 million. With hindsight, we can suggest that this had more to do with poor player purchases and low sell-on values rather than the club holding on to their best players. The frequent turnover of managers also contributed, not just on the field but off it. Throughout Lerner's tenure, the club recorded around £30 million in exceptional costs. These costs included paying off fired managers and reducing the value of particular players. Generally speaking, the issue wasn't with Lerner's intent, but with his ability. He bought the club for £66 million in 2006 and invested around £300 million since then, but he hired poorly in both coaching roles and in the boardroom. Chinese businessman Tony Xia finally relieved Lerner of Aston Villa in 2016, paying £52 million for 100% of the shares and a further £24 million to clear the club's overdraft. Since then, the new owner has invested heavily in the squad, spending north of £50 million in the summer transfer window. With Villa's parachute payments seeing the club earn an estimated £40 million from broadcasting income this season, that's significantly more than the Championship average of around £5 million. Focus must be on regaining Premier League status before the parachute payments deplete after 3 years. Xia has said his aim is for Aston Villa to be a top 6 club in the Premier League within 5 years, and one of the best 3 clubs in the world beyond that. The future looks brighter, but with one manager already sacked and replaced by another, supporters will be hoping that this isn't just history repeating itself.